Oh man, oh man, oh man. Good evening, everyone. How's it going? We're live. I'm back after taking a bit of a break. And I picked up Way of the Hunter a while back. Someone watching kind of recommended it. But got it as a gift. And going in mostly blind. I haven't played this at all aside from just trying to tweak the sound video settings a little bit. But we're going to get started. Again, I have not played this at all yet. Really wish I had bow hunting in, as that is definitely my hunting of choice. I really don't rifle hunt basically at all. Some big bucks. Who drives with their gloves on when it's not cold?
Hey, Grandpa. I'm getting closer to the lodge. Your phone magically erased all the contacts again?
River. Nurse Ellen was helping me with it, but she said she doesn't know how these old-fashioned phones work.
I'll help you with it when you return.
Oh, I'm so grateful you decided to help me with the Bear Den Ranch. Competition is growing every day.
Ethically hunted meat with government inspection? Sounds like a pretty niche market.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. But the demand is rising every day. And with the hoax about the disease spreading...
What? I can't hear you.
River, can you hear me? Better now?
Yep, way better.
The service in the valley is really bad, so I'll make it quick. I've sent you a package a day ago, but I'm not sure when it will arrive. Just make yourself at home and maybe greet your old friend Echo. You know, it's been a while.
Oh God, I forgot about her. How long has it been?
10 years. I hope you didn't forget the keys.
Oh God, I did. What should I do?
Don't worry. The spare is in the usual spot.
All right, I'm here. I'll call you later. And
You know, I'm
be
pretty
nice to
sure I
the
have that
horses.
exact same coat.
Tell them to be nice to me. I'm always a gentleman. And kiddo, or I guess I should start calling you River now. Welcome to the Nez Perce Valley.
That was a pretty nice intro. I like that. I still might have to tweak some graphics options. No, this should be playable. Yeah, I think this is playable. All right, so what am I supposed to be doing? SD, sprint, jump, okay, all that jazz. It's a pretty cool statue.
Oh, forgot the keys. The spare must be in the mailbox.
Oh, where's the mailbox at? Wait, you literally just, he leaves the fucking spare key in the mailbox?
Thank God we have a trustworthy mailman.
Wait, door's already open in here. Is They just leave a door open down out here. Doesn't seem very safe. Oh well. Not my problem.
It's been a long time since I was here.
Let's have a look around. These floors are in very good condition. Oh, that's a good mount. The regular one. Hawks with the regular horn racks on them are really cool. Grandpa's old rifle. Okay. Are there any other binoculars? Nope. Okay. Old-timey record player. Wait, who lit that fire? How long has that fire been going on its own? Oh, there is a lot of empty places for mounts. All right. Use binoculars to glass highlighted checkpoints. Right there. And all the way the fuck up there. Okay. Check the map in the main office. Wait, that's not the This is a bedroom, though, not the office.
You've discovered Nez Perce Valley grassland habitat. Open country for beginners and seasoned veterans alike. The meadows serve as prime feeding areas for both pheasants and badgers. Undisturbed grasslands with tall grass have the potential to hold a lot of small but also some bigger game.
All right, enter the car. Lose your map, blah, blah, blah. Open tab. Okay. Why do all these hunting sims always like have like this long drawn out tutorial with story? All right. Which way was it? It goes over this way. Well, the driving already feels a lot better than it did on my way in Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild's driving is absolute dog shit. Like, it is beyond bad. What's this over here? Oh, it's a shooting range. Is there anything in this cabin? This is why I like open world games. I basically just ignore objectives for the most part unless they interest me. But I want to get rid of this tutorial thing, and it looks like there's an actual story to this. Kinda, sorta. Where's the hunting stand at? It says there was a hunting stand, but I didn't really see it. Maybe it's just a tree stand. Oh yeah, the driving's a lot better in this compared to Hunter Call of the Wild. Car is very usable, but not indestructible. Drive safely. Aw. But I like the drive terribly.
Now to the left. from the river crossing. Maybe I remember the road after.
Let me turn the volume up a little bit. Nah. I think it's fine. Up there.
I don't remember this parking lot. Let's leave the car here.
I don't want to get out of the car with coyotes right there. That's an entire fucking pack of coyotes. That's not safe to get out of the car around. Fuck it. We're doing it. Hopefully the coyotes don't run, like, chase me down. Although that would be kind of amusing if they did. I had the alt tab out real quick. All right. Continue up the hills on foot, reach the ladder, and climb up. This person just lives out in the middle of nowhere up on top of a rock. I mean, can't really knock it because that sounds great to me if I didn't have a wife and a kid. Especially in a place like this.
Here you are.
Oh, okay. Ah, I get it. Ah, clever. Real clever.
Long time no see, my friend.
Alright, use fast travel. We're going to the range. Fast travel. Alright. 0 at longer distance. Press up and down. I'm zooming. Zero at 54.68. That's fine.
Vitals hit. That would be a good shot.
164.
Wants to keep his shooting skills sharp, but 200 yards is way too far for a safety shot.
All right, 218. That is a very long shot. I honestly don't think I would take that shot with much. Might take it with the 308.
Looks like there's a note over there.
What? Why is... Oh.
Hey, Wallace, Don't forget to take care of the badgers wreaking havoc behind the lodge. Sincerely, myself. You forgetful geezer.
That's amusing. Enter the hunting stand near the Badger Calamity. Is it really that bad that you need it, that it's called, that you're calling it a Badger Calamity? Like, how much havoc are these freaking badgers actually causing? I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with badgers in real life, but surely they can't be that bad. They're just digging everything up or what? The environment definitely looks less janky in this compared to the Hunter Call of the Wild. I think I like how this one looks graphically a lot more. It seems to run a lot better too. I'm not getting like the random stutters.
Gross. That's unusual. Badgers are definitely overpopulated in this area.
Shoot a badger, huh? Where else are the badgers? Are they only over here? Let's see. 0 for 75. Come on. I think that was a perfect vital hit. It dropped immediately, so I'm assuming it was. That and the fact that I'm using a fucking deer rifle to shoot a badger. That is a very big badger. Yep, it was. Got both lungs. That was a good shot. Let's sell it. Was that not a vital shot? Oh, there it goes. I think I only hit one lung on that one. Ah. Oh, that was not a great shot. I don't like that shot that I just hit him with. All right, open the store on the computer. So we're to fast travel. And then we go to the computer. Wow. What guns do they have? Guns. 22. Ooh. I like that. A 30-30 is fine for hunting deer. What do you mean buy a rifle that's more suited for deer hunting? All right. Let's see. Can I even buy another attachment? No, it's not to let me buy them yet.
I shouldn't use this bad boy for more than 120 yards.
Upper Glassland area. 120 yards, that'll be the... Ooh, that is... Okay. Why did it have me fast travel if my vehicle was still over there? Can I recall my vehicle or am I left the fucking walk? Ethical hunt. Yeah, I know. Can I recall my... Really wish it wouldn't have had me fast travel back. Because I really don't want to run all the way back there to get my... I don't want to run back to get my vehicle from all the way the fuck over there. Let me look this up, see if I could actually... All right, so you have to run back to the computer in order to actually get it to respawn. Or at least to call it back to the building. Wait, can I buy new vehicles? Nope. All right. So we need the head there. Okay. That's easy enough. Alright, so it said that cars are destructible. So I'm wondering, like, how easily they get damaged. Oh. Oh, that's a really big one right there. I kind of want to follow him, but that was a good-sized buck that was running away from him.
Stay low, move quietly, and glass frames from behind cover. I remember when I couldn't tell the difference between a white-tailed deer and a mule deer.
I need to adjust some volume on here. There we go.
They used to tease me about it.
I'm gonna get out and discover that.
Let's see if I haven't forgotten all those hunting lessons from Grandpa.
Get into the deer stand. And then we're gonna wait. Wonder how far they ran. All right, how far away are those? It's 190. I want that one right there. That's a good sized buck right there. I don't think they're gonna come any closer. If they come closer, I'd be very surprised. And they're gone. I don't think the other ones are coming back either. All right, let's get back to the truck and let's see. Let's go back to the truck and go further down in here. Although the truck is what kind of scared him off. But technically, I'm still not in the area that the mission wanted me to go. Am I in here? Okay. I'm assuming the purple stuff is like places where you've alerted deer. Maybe someone watching might be more familiar with that. I'm still trying to... I've only been playing this for a grand total of 34 minutes. That actually kind of startled me. All right. I'm pretty confident that this is a stand, so I'm going to go ahead and get out right here. Where to slowly walk over there? Is there a hotkey for walking? All right, so that is walking. Okay. Right. Oh, just a tree. I'm pretty sure that's 2 bucks clashing that I hear. Okay, so there is scent stuff in here. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I know in Hunter Call of the Wild, purple was just like hunting pressure. So I'm assuming if you stay in an area too long, it kind of starts to drive stuff away. If you're not using a scent blocker. Oh, that's okay. So is that the direction that my scent's going then? It looks like. Okay. Yeah, because wind's going that way. All right, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So the wind's going that direction, so that's just giving me a visual of like how far my scent's carrying. Am I understanding that right? Okay. All right, so I need to harvest a mule deer or white-tailed deer. The scent's going the direction that I was moving, which is not great. It's not ideal. So ideally, I probably want to be moving in that direction that way or going against the wind, but I think stuff's already kind of spooked back that direction. I'm not sure how fast stuff will come back. Where's the next stand at? Probably over there. We're to head like over in this direction. Like slowly creep our way over there. Then if I don't see anything or if the wind shifts, we'll head back up. Let's see. Okay, so there are perks. Is there different difficulties? Like or is it just basically turning off stuff in your hunter sense to increase difficulty? Oh, okay. You have to change them from the main menu. So I'm kind of curious about the other difficulties and which one's the default. Nope. Okay. We'll keep it on there then for now. I'm assuming one step higher is something like realism mode. All right. Appreciate the info, by the way. Yeah, I haven't been playing an hour and I'm already liking the map design better than the Hunter. Although I haven't tried the New England map, the one that just came out yet. I got sidetracked playing other stuff, but then I picked this up while it was on sale. I've actually been kind of wanting to play this, so here we are. All right, the wind shifted a little bit. Sort of head over this direction. I'm assuming the deer are also, the animals in this are also sensitive to sound. Similar to like the Hunter, Call of the Wild. I'm never actually sure if I should just call it the Hunter Call of the Wild or just simply the Hunter. Yeah, I heard that like managing herd and hunting pressure and whatnot is a lot harder in this one. And tracking animals in general just already seems like it's a little bit harder. But I'm okay with difficulty. That's why I play sim games. I don't want something too arcadey for stuff like this. Okay. We're gonna head over to this stand, I think. It's over to the northwest. No, that's probably actually easier. I wish there was an option for me to walk slower than this without crouching. Because I feel like I'm making too much noise even just walking. Oh, okay. That's good to know. How did I miss that in the key bindings when I was looking at them earlier? Oh, it's a toggle. Cool. Well, walking at normal speed, like give off enough noise to startle stuff if it's like upwind from you? Like, should I be creeping around at turtle speed for this? Okay. I haven't even really seen any sign. Wait a minute. Hunter sense. Forgot that exists. Hey, sounds like just the real fucking thing. Like, just last week, I was up in my stand on my property here and had a... It's late enough in the season, I'm just trying to get a little extra meat for my freezer. So I'm in my stand, and doe's walking by, and it's not stopping. And I don't want to take a shot with my bow on a moving target. And it's like, so I just make a quick whistle, and it doesn't even flick its ear. It just keeps walking like it's fucking deaf or something. And deer are weird animals. All right, so this was not a deer stand over here. This was, I guess, just a waypoint. Campsite. All right. We're going to start heading northeast slowly now, I guess. Though part of me kind of wants to just fast travel back to one of the stands. But I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to get this first one without manipulating spawns by fast traveling, if that's a thing or not. It's like, I know I read that they planned on adding archery. Have they mentioned like any time frame or guesstimate of when that's going to be? Because, like I said earlier, I don't really rifle hunt much unless I'm helping my sister fill her freezer up in Tennessee. It was like archery is kind of my jam. Oh, hello, rabbit. That is a really fucking big rabbit. That is basically showing no fear whatsoever. And there's a herd. I friggin' spooked them somehow. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna creep that direction. Okay. I mean, I'd rather they take their time to make it work well than to rush it out and it be kind of half-assed. I hope that herd didn't get too far. I think it was heading downhill. If I creep slowly, I might be able to eventually catch up to it. I want to use the... Where was that at? The 3D sounds not amazing. Then again, I am in a valley, so it's echoing. Yeah, I've had some really silly instances in Call of the Wild where I'd drop a moose near the one of the stands. I'd harvest it, get back up, and like 10 seconds later, the herd would come right back. That was always very amusing to me. So I already saw coyotes. What other predatory animals are in this? Are there bears? And mountain lions? Also, does Hunter Sense, will it actually highlight tracks or... Ah, okay. That's what Hunter Sense does. Oh, there it is. Found the herd. Almost close enough. Wouldn't be anything left of the rabbit. All right, where did that herd go? I want to get up the move faster, but I don't want to spook it after I've spent this long tailing it. All right. Get those zeroed. All right, we're going to try and get within 100 on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. All right, so sometimes it's a good idea to let certain certain ones go. Okay, I like that. So effectively, you breed your own trophies. So basically, don't go buck wild on taking out young bucks with good racks. Basically, if trying to help the health of the herd, you want to try and aim for older ones, that sort of thing. All right. So bucks, I want to look at. I want to try and track down older ones if I can. Okay. So not only is it a hunting sim, it's also a animal, basically a wildlife preservation simulator. I like this. And I don't think I'm ever gonna catch up to this fucking herd of deer. There it is. Think I got it in both lungs. Might have been a little bit too far back though. Did I miss it? Where did I have my rifle zeroed at? It was 109. I know I fucking hit that thing. Was it further up? Should have paid attention to like where exactly it was standing. I'm not seeing any blood. I could have sworn I saw it twitch like I hit it. Right through there. I think I was right back here when I shot. Should have been like right around there. Are predators drawn to animals that you shoot? Or do you not know? I'm going to be a little bit upset if I missed this deer. I am positive I hit it, though. There's no blood over here, so maybe I did miss it. Come on. Those are perks. Hit it and went this way. All right, this is driving me insane. There's no way I missed that shot. There's no way I missed. Right? Nope. Those are pine cones. There's no tracks to follow either. So make this a pain in the ass. Ugh. I'm positive I hit that thing. Well, that sucks. All right, well, now I know to keep note of where an animal is shooting before I shot it. This is a rough lesson learned. Oh, I see blood. All right, blood color, medium blood. Okay. I think I might have clipped the one behind it as well. Impurities, air bubbles. There's air bubbles in the blood. That was a lung shot, which means it's fatal. You know what? That's a very good point. So if it's running and it has air bubbles in the blood, that means it's probably a lung shot. So it's probably dying. It's a matter of if I hit both lungs or not. Ah, there it is. I knew I hit it. Yep, I got both lungs. It's not a bad shot. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. That is... That's pretty cool. You do it with poses and whatnot. I don't see an option for that, so I don't think you can. That's a significantly large amount of options for photo mode, and I like that. How old of a... It's a mature deer. It's a good-sized deer, honestly. Well, I would probably need the money. I have to taxidermy this. This is my first deer kill in this. All right. Accept new restaurant order from your grandfather's computer in the lodge. Should I go check the other blood stain that was back there? I don't think I don't really think that a 243 would have the penetration to drop 2 deer. But I did see a different blood spot at the start of it. Let's see. Oh, if it says animals survived, I'm assuming that it wasn't a lethal hit. Yeah, a small amount of blood. That was probably just a flesh wound. That's kind of a cool feature, honestly. I like that. All right, let's move on. Let's see, delete. And fast travel. Oh, that costs a good amount of money. Never mind. We will not do that. How long can you keep me a deer in your a little thing to be taxidermied? Like, is there like a duration that they keep available? How much is that? Okay, that's much cheaper. I'm just gonna do this. All right, there we go. I had to keep my first harvest. All right. Hope this email finds you well. How are you? How is everything? Time of the year when Cheng wants to introduce some crazy twist to our menu. You know him. Last year was Beijing duck. This year it's our chicken recipe. Life crisis. They want pheasant. Okay. So we're going pheasant hunting, I guess.
This reminds me when Grandpa went for a pheasant hunt and forgot to take a shotgun.
I haven't went pheasant hunting in years. I should not have taxidermied that animal. I don't have enough for the shotgun. Okay, well. I guess I shall go see if there's any badgers to kill or something. Says are pretty easy and close by. Birds. Hey, what a coincidence. I just started playing this game today. Hey, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. All right. There's got to be a badger around here. I just need like one kill. Oh, thanks for the follow as well, Brick. Okay. I'm enjoying it. I think I like it more than Call of the Wild, with the exception of the fact that there's no archery in this yet. I really wish there was archery, but I can get over it. So do badgers only spawn up here during that tutorial mission? Am I wasting time here? I'm sure they will too. I really am kicking myself for taxidermying that freaking deer. I should have figured that it was going to require me to buy a... what was that? Oh, there's a badger. Oh, there's a badger mound. Unfortunately, the wind's going that direction. Where'd I go for it? It sounded calm, so maybe it'll be fine for me to just walk up on it like this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'd be walking this calmly towards a badger in real life. Mean little bastards. All right, that should get me enough for... I'm in North Georgia, like up in the Blue Ridge Mountain area. And I already lost track of where I shot that thing at. Oh, red fox. Cool. I'm ignoring the rule that I gave myself just little while ago with that frickin' deer after that fiasco. So it was right there. It's running this way. How did I lose track of the badger that I literally shot that was less than 30 yards away from me? Oh, man. This is going to be a constant struggle for me this entire game. Ah, okay. That is extremely helpful info to know. No, it wasn't over here. Oh, there it is. Both lungs. That's still not enough. Oh, man. So I think the shotgun was like 1380. Can I check how much the gun is from here? No, I can't. Of course not. All right, you can use W to put down marks while using the rifles. No, it's not W. W moves me forward. Ah, it's X. There we go. All right, let me... Hopefully that got me enough, but I want to say that it was like 1300 for the shotgun. Yeah, 1300. Damn. All right, so I need one more of basically anything. Literally need anything. Let's go see if I can see a fox. I see tracks. Red fox. Those are going down that way. Oh, man. It's a rookie mistake. Taxidermied my first deer taken in this game, and it is now grinded my quest progress to a halt because I don't have enough for the shotgun now. Go fucking figure. Seems like it would almost be easier for me to just go try and get a deer. I'm not seeing any more of the fox's footprints. Wait. Is that it down there? Nope. I'm slowly making my way towards the water. Already learned my lesson earlier, moving quickly. Motherfucker. Motherfucker heard me. There it is. Fast little fucker. Damn, how long did you run? said current state or whatever, calm. Didn't really look like it's calm there. That was a red fox. I mean, maybe that's the same. Hmm. Oh, man. There they are. This is that'd be a risky shot, but I think I can make it. I can spot them again. 179. Already gone. Come on, where'd you go? There it is. Oh, I got one. You know what? Before I forget. Before I fucking forget. I learned my lesson. It only took 2 times. I might have hit the other one, but probably not. The problem I'm having is definitely forgetting where exactly an animal was that I shot. That's definitely been the bane of my existence so far. I got both lungs. Did I hit the other one, though? I don't think I did. Get rid of that. How much money do I have? 1312. I think that's just barely enough now. I think we're in business. I think we're in business now. Yes, we are. Okay. All right. Now to figure out where pheasant are on here. Let's see. If I was a pheasant... Wait, I just now noticed that you don't have to actually buy... You don't have to buy more ammo. Okay. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. What other guns are there? So right now there's only some rifles and shotguns. There's no other. Okay. And yeah, I actually liked having the buy ammo in Call of the Wild. Let's see. I mean, never mind the fact that let's see, the one that I have right here is a 16 gauge. Let's see. Let's see, 16, 12, 20, 20, 12. I mean, I can't even see what's all in. I'm just going to have to assume that I have just stacks of every ammo for all these guns in the safe, even though I don't own any of the guns. All right, pheasants. If I was a pheasant, where would I be? I have not been pheasant hunting in years, so I'm drawing a blank on this. Yeah, I can definitely see that being a problem. At that point, it just becomes the thrill of the hunt, I guess, for trophies. Hmm. Open field is the way to go for pheasant, I believe, if I remember correctly. All right, so let's recall the car back and use that to drive down there, and we're just gonna slow walk it. Ah, cool, I can go out a back door. I like how I was able to start moving before the car was even cranked. Did I just blow a tire? No, it sounded like it. Well, I don't think I've seen pheasants yet in here, so I wasn't sure if those would be in there. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, it definitely sounds that way. Like, man, this is an impressive Jeep. It's a fully custom engine. Hey, can you even put a turbo in a diesel? I don't think you can you? I'm not a mechanic. All right. Wide open fields. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, what do we got here? Mule deer. Oh, not being able to buy ammo just raises an interesting question. Yeah, you're right. No fucking buckshot for actual taking deer with a shotgun. What's the spread on these shotguns anyways? Oh, the stand over there. I'm gonna walk down this way, which I just realized is a bad idea anyways, because the wind's going that way. Oh, fuck. Where did that come from? Alright. So I'm gonna drive way down the road. No. This is fast travel right there. Need 6 pounds of pheasant meat, so probably like 2 or 3 birds. All right, they're still calm. Getting closer. Gotta slow walk it. Never been much for bird hunting in real life, honestly. It's like dove hunting's too easy, and you need a lot of them in order for a decent meal. And frankly, I really... How close is that? Oh, there they are. How close am I to these? We're at 40 or 50. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. Don't take them out with the fucking rifle. So that would be pretty funny. If I could get 2 of them off of this, that'd be great. Oh, I got one. Not a very good shot. So am I supposed to just sell? Yep. Okay. Yeah, I did notice that. That was not a great shot on a pheasant that I just made there. But more importantly, I got the encyclopedia entry now. Let's see. Some more over there. Let's go for it. Let's slow walk it again. Yeah, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of bird hunting just because I don't like feathering birds. I don't like removing their feathers. It's really, really obnoxious and just kind of annoying. One over there. Ah. The barrier for entry for actual hunting can be a little bit annoying. I think. He's literally just standing there. Okay. Pheasant aren't the brightest birds either. Oh, God. Oh, that was a good size. That's a good sized bird, actually. Ah, need one more. And hunting in real life's not for everyone either. I mean, the only reason I'm into it is because I grew up around it. Like, my grandfather was an avid outdoorsman. My dad was an avid outdoorsman. My mom was an avid outdoors woman. It's like I literally just completely grew up surrounded by the culture there with that. Oh, my grandfather was a fucking trapper too. It's like every winter he'd disappear up into northern Minnesota and Canada. The trap for fur and whatnot. Oh, getting really close. See a bunch. Ah, yeah, that could be a problem. Oh, God. I just blasted that freaking thing's head off, basically. All right, mission accomplished. I mean, I am actually kind of envious of people that live in like the Pacific Northwest, because that's one place I've actually never been. I love hiking and being outdoors, and honestly, the Pacific Northwest, just from pictures and videos I've seen, completely beats out anywhere in the Northeast or Southeast, or even Appalachian. I say that as someone that lives in this area, and I love it here.
Dear River, I've already told you 1,000,000 times, but I'll say it 1,000,000,000. Thank you so much for helping me with Bear Den Ranch. Restaurants always place their orders with me by email. I think you wrote down my email password when you visited me in hospital. I don't trust the Postal Service enough to write it down here. I couldn't be happier to hear that you started hunting again, despite your father's disapproval. You're an adult now. You can make your own decisions. When he found out you were hunting with me as a kid without permission and forbade you to ever visit me again, it broke my heart forever.
Oh my
So
God,
in a
my
medical sense, this will help to heal the physical scars
Gotta
that
warm 'em
share
by
my
the-
heart tissue with
by
the
the heater.
metaphorical ones. Do you remember Hollywood, the little fawn you named when we saw him no older than a few weeks?
Let me see. How many states have I lived in? I've lived in North Dakota, South Dakota, Michigan, Wisconsin, Illinois, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Louisiana, Texas, and now Georgia. I've been pretty much everywhere over the Midwest and Southeast. It's like the furthest west I've been is probably North Dakota. By the way, I don't recommend North Dakota unless you're okay with like negative 30 to 40 degree weather. It can be downright freaking miserable in the winter there.
It was summer 2002, and 10-year-old River was about to spend his first holiday with his grandparents. River could feel the adventure and mischief in his young bones. Why has River never visited his grandparents before?
Wow! Dad! Dad!
What?
Ask his father.
There was a deer! Which one is a white butt? Mule deer or white-tailed deer? It has to be white-tailed, right?
I don't know.
Grandpa will know.
Yeah.
Because my father-in-law knows everything.
A few hours later,
I also want to visit the Southwest. I want to do some desert
River
hiking.
was finally in Nez Perce Valley, and his joy was matched only by that of his grandparents. But not everyone shared their elation.
Grandpa! I saw a deer! It was probably a white-tailed because he had a white butt.
Mule deer also have white butts.
How can you tell the difference?
Wallace,
Richard,
I want to speak to you in private.
River was amazed
Main character's
when he
dad
entered
seems
the
like kind of a
lodge.
dick.
The walls seemed bigger somehow, and the animals looked alive.
Wait here. I've got
Also, I can tell they
something
put a
for
lot more
That
effort into the
summer, there was
story
one thing
in this
River was
game
forbidden
than
to even think
Call of the
about.
Wild has in their map missions.
We're absolutely not allowed to let him anywhere near a gun or anything to do with hunting.
Richard, that's impossible. This is a hunting lodge after all.
You know what I mean.
Will you help me finish it?
Days went by, and River couldn't get enough of nature. He already felt it was his best summer yet, but it was about to get even better.
Ah!
That's how he met April and Noah.
Hi, I'm River.
Also, who the hell names their kid River?
Ah! Why do I always have to be the animal?
Because you're the youngest.
Poor girl.
Why? This is what hunters do, isn't it?
No, real hunters are ethical. They wouldn't make an animal suffer like this and not even retrieve it afterwards.
River kept making the best
Oh,
memories
wow.
he could that summer. He was also determined to find out more about his mother, as his father and grandfather never spoke of her.
I didn't know my mother hunted too.
Oh, you found the album.
Why do we never talk about her?
You'll have to ask your grandfather about that. But you can ask me anything else, sweetheart.
But this secret had to wait for another
I mean,
day.
I have a friend from high school
And soon,
who named his son Alucard. And I thought it was a joke when he told me what the kid's name was. I honestly thought it was a joke at first, and I laughed. And he was like, "Why are you laughing?
and named
Like,
her
you literally named your son Alucard? Really?" Reach the meadows where Hollywood can often be found. Where's that at? That's a bit of a drive. All right, I'm getting rid of the shotgun. I don't want to carry the shotgun. Oh yeah, I was gonna recall the. Let's see. Why did I run out this door? I could have went to the closer one. Oh well. Oh wait, this has multiplayer on it? Oh hot damn, yeah. That sounds like fun. I actually didn't realize this one had multiplayer on it. That's pretty cool. Hopefully it's better than... no, that's not an animal. That's a bush. Hopefully it's less janky than Call of the Wild's multiplayer. Oh, nice. $113. Can I harvest the coyotes? I'm pretty sure that didn't even... Okay, that did leave blood. Okay. Okay, cool. I just unlocked my first perk. What unlocked? It doesn't say what unlocked, though. All right, so find an animal path. Okay. So how big is the map? Oh wow. Okay. This is just one place, right? Like each one of the little it's not on here. Like each one of the passes is an entire new map like this. Nice. 2 times the size of a Call of the Wild map, huh? That is massive. Because Call of the Wild maps are pretty fucking huge. I should probably reload this thing. You'd think that when you replenish your ammo, it would just go ahead and reload your guns. I mean, because quite frankly, who stores their gun, number one, with any ammo in there? Number two, if you were storing it with the ammo in it, why would you not top it off?
if I follow it, I will always find signs of animals.
Follow the animal path, huh? Kicking myself for not fucking finishing putting the insulation up in my fucking studio here. It's cold as hell in my office right now. Hear a deer. It's really far away.
Now I know they drink here, and I can return another time.
And conveniently, there's a tree stand right there. All right, so there's another huge map that takes place in Europe. That's pretty cool. All right, let's see. Return to the lodge. All right, sleep until sunrise. Wait, is it going? Is it about to have me kill a deer that I named from my childhood? That's a little bit messed up, but funny. At least I think it's funny.
This is easy. Be quiet, move slowly, glass for Hollywood from a vantage point, and hit the vitals from 120 yards. Exactly as Grandpa taught.
Now, how do I know what this deer looks like, though? So is this deer like unique looking or what?
That's Hollywood.
How can you tell? Oh, well, this is going to be a very interesting. Yeah, but how could I tell from all the way out here? I sure as shit can't. See. Yeah, I really am not happy with Twitch with the ads, and I'm really wanting to move over to YouTube if I'm being honest. It's like there's like Twitch has just become way too aggressive with the ads, and I really don't like it at all. There's like nothing that I can do to combat it unless I basically set a timer and manually run ads every hour. Which setting a timer to do that is just not a fun experience. Neither is the pre-roll ads or how stuff is set, period. It's really obnoxious. It's like no one likes ads. It's like I understand that Twitch needs to make some sort of money for their internal upkeep and whatnot because running a streaming platform is expensive, but it's just bad. All right, so I think if I get out to this tree line, I should be within range. I'm hoping I'm going to be in range. Dude, if the wind shifts last second, I'm going to be so upset. But that's hunting. You know, in hindsight, before I started this trek out here, I probably should have placed a marker down, so I would have known for sure where to come out from. All right, where's the mail at? I don't see the mail. It's a female. Female. Shit. He sees me. Should I take the longer shot with the higher caliber? So the 223's... Yeah, that was definitely him. It's 174. I could hit it if I use the larger rifle. No, 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 no. 152. I need to get closer for the Remington. By the way, the wind did shift. The 30-30 has the longer shot. And 30-30's the larger round too. I don't have eyes on them right now though. Come on. You kidding me? I'm not comfortable taking that shot yet. I found pheasant kind of over near where the shooting range hunting blind is. That's where I got mine for the mission. All right. I'm going to take the shot. Pretty confident I hit lungs. I hope I hit lungs. Oh no. It jumped. Did I miss? Fuck. Mm. I'm not seeing blood anywhere. I saw which way it ran, so I could probably try heading that way. I want to say it was like right around here when I shot it. Maybe I marked the wrong tree? Hmm. Ah. Oh, there it is. That's an unfortunate place to go down, Mr. Dude. Well, has body physics. It won't actually let me sell this one, it looks like. Oh, dang, that was a nasty shot. Freaking blasted an artery. Hit it right in one of its main arteries. Damn. Good shot. Not too late. All right, return back to the lodge. That's only, you can only see that on ones that you have currently, I guess. I'm guessing, anyways. I shudder to think how expensive this mount would actually cost in real life. Would not be cheap. Oh, they quite literally do have the exact same deformed rack. No, I don't want to go duck hunting. Why are you making me go duck hunting? Wouldn't surprise me. It seems like they're going for a really realistic sim experience as far as like animal and herd management goes. So it would make sense if they went and did that. Oh, I got paid for that. Wow, you get a lot of money for missions, don't you? I just realized how much that last one gave me.
Swamps north of Bear Den Ranch were always full of wild ducks.
Hmm. Should be fine with the 20 gauge for ducks. Its range is pretty low, though. .300 Win Mag. That kicks like a fucking mule. I don't have enough for that one yet. That one would make sense. Like for duck, ideally I'd use a 12 gauge. Oh, duck collar. So is the duck territory this stuff up here? Says okay. If I go harvest one more deer, it'll probably get me enough to buy the shotgun, a 12 gauge. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Fast travel here. We'll work our way up. Look at encyclopedia really quick. I'm missing my mouse pointer. There it is. Hmm. All right, so this is an area for whitetail. So, I can't remember if I asked this earlier. Will predatory animals attack you in this one? Like, will coyotes charge you if you... no, coyotes would run. That wouldn't be realistic for them to chase you. Or are coyotes the only predatory animal in the game? Right now, anyways. So let's angle downwards towards the water and see if we can catch something that way. Just need to get one deer that'll give me enough for a 12 gauge for the duck hunt. I could do it with the 20. Probably. I don't know, though. No, I do have a minor gripe with Call of the Wild. And maybe this one, I don't know yet though. But deer are not the hyper intelligent animals that a lot of games make them out to be. Deer are actually pretty dumb. At least that's been my experience with them in the woods. Like the number of times that I've walked up on them without really even trying to be quiet is pretty huge. And the number of times that I've been within like 10 yards of one and they've stared right at me with me not even really trying to blend in and again, not really react is pretty high. Yet a lot of hunting games that I play, like you snap a branch or like any sort of noise within like 200 yards of them and they bolt. It's like I want to know where that type of deer is. There we go. Target acquired. We're going to slow walk it. I wasn't sure if it actually marked them consistently on the map. That's why I wasn't like tapping them like wild. Oh my God, that is a monster over there. Holy bejesus. All right, I want to catch up to that. I want that one. Okay. I'm gonna hit this other herd before I get over to those ones. Oh, those are huge. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Look at that one right there. It's massive. If I spook this other herd of deer that's closer and they run that direction, will it alert the other ones? Oh, this will be a good one if I can get up close enough to it. He looks big from back here. Oh no, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay, he's still there. He's still there. Wait, is that a... No, that's not a moose. I want this one. I might opt to use a 30-30 on the shot for this. Just because it has the longer range and the bigger stopping power. Kind of afraid if I shoot this giant one, though, that I'm not going to want to... That I'm not going to want to sell the meat. Because, I mean... Look at that one. Look at it. It's fucking huge. I think I should go for a different one if I'm going for money. I should just leave that one, I think. It hurts, but yeah, I'm gonna have to leave that one. Ah, fuck. It's not saying, like, how big it is from here with my binoculars. Will it give different info if I use the rifle scope? I don't think I'm close enough yet for the hunter sense to tick on. It's 450 yards out right now. These ones are closer. But there's a bunch of close ones right here. I don't know. Should I? I'm really torn on this one. I want the money. I'm not necessarily. I don't have the money to. I don't have the money to actually mount anything yet. At least not one like this, but I'm kind of afraid to let this one go. Even females? Oh no, I lost track of the big one. Oh well. I think the big one moved on with his hurt. Nope, he's still there. They saw me. No. All right. There's my new target right there. I don't want this one. I want the one behind you, dude. Okay, 203. I want that mature male. That's a 1-star. That's the one we're going to go for. We're going with the 30-30. Above 79. Ooh, dropped him where he stood. That was a good shot. Mature 1-star buck from 210. Wasn't the smartest or most ethical shot, but he dropped where he stood. I'm wondering if I hit him in the head or if I caught him right in the heart with the bullet drop. It looked like I hit him in the chest, though. Oh, that severed his spine. No wonder it dropped him immediately. 32% on the genetic thing. Honestly, this would be a great... I'd be happy with this buck. I'd be happy for this buck for the food. And that's a big buck. It's a lot of meat on it. All right, so... All right. How much does that put me at? Gold what? 2,000. I think I should do the duck with the 20 gauge or just buy the 12. Let me see what other guns are available there. Maybe there's something else that I'll want to spend the money on. So make me shoot more birds? Okay, I'll just buy the fucking 12 gauge then. Oh, well, at least it's a good shotgun. I have a similar one. Wait, nope. Hey, what scopes can you put on this thing? I'm assuming just a red dot. Oh, good. I appreciate the heads up on that though. I would have been really annoyed if I had to go shoot more birds and I still only just had a 2-shot. Oh yeah, that's much better for ducks. 55 yard, 0 wing on it. Okay. But that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe with more of this. Maybe with Alina of the Arena. I don't know. Probably this. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So, yeah. Anyways, that's to do it for me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for those who followed. Thanks for the help, Brick. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Happy holidays.